Two quick things before this video starts. Firstly, massive thank you to Chivo for editing this video. He has edited all of the King Gizzard reactions up to this point, so I greatly appreciate it. Secondly, I will be reacting to the new King Gizzard album, Phantom Island, live on the night it drops at midnight, literally as soon as it drops in the UK, so make sure you set an alarm or something, 12 UK time. As soon as the album drops, I'm going to be reacting to it live. And if you want to be there for the recording session, have your chats be part of the video and whatnot, make sure you stop by. The video will be up Friday as well if you aren't able to catch the stream. And with that being said, enjoy the video. We only have this and the quarters reaction left, which will be dropping tomorrow, until we're done with all the previously released albums. Then it will only be new albums moving forward. King Gizzard time. We're going to be done with the King Gizzard journey after this. From this point on, it's just going to be the new releases that they have after this that I'm going to need to get to. We're on the final two. Sketches of Brunswick East, King Gizzard, and the Lizard Wizard. This album is one of their, I'll say one of their earlier ones. It came out, it's around the middle of their discography. Came out in 2017. It is 13 tracks, 37 minutes. Decently well received. You know, it's got a 70 Craig, only a 69 user, but, you know, Fantano gave this shit a 5, 7, 4, 6. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. They've released a lot. Oh, yeah, King Gizzard. We're down to the final two albums out of 27? 26. The final two albums out of 26. It's not bad. This is a collaboration album between King Gizzard and Mild High Club, where Mild High Club I have heard, I don't think, any of their songs. Anyway. Let's get into this. Sketches of Brunswick East 1. This is their, jazzy album, isn't it? Yeah, jazz rock. Okay, pretty opener, decent enough instrumental. Not the best opener they've ever had, but it's alright, flat 7. Wait, we're at 9 here. Okay, it's constantly switching time signatures here. I will say this isn't the most instrumentally interesting. The constant switching time signatures is cool. I don't know, instrumentally it just doesn't feel as filled out as it could. And it feels like it could be exploring the jazz rock elements a little bit more on this song. Oh. Great transition, I didn't even notice. No, okay. That was a good opener. It was, I don't know, it had a lot of interesting stuff going on with the time signatures again. I feel like it had a lot of nice, trippy qualities to it. It was very off-putting, a little creepy. But I feel like it could be exploring the jazz rock style in a bit more of an interesting way. Like, it just sort of feels like it, on that song, it just feels a little empty, and it feels like it could be brought up by exploring the genre in a bit of a more, I guess, deeper way. It felt like still very standard King Gizzard on that track. And while normally I wouldn't mind that, when you're exploring like a new genre, I want it to feel a little bit more like outside of like the standard wheelhouse of what they do. It's still a good song, but it's like a low 7, you know? It's good, but not great. D-Day. Count this as 14, 16, or it's just 2 bars of 7. It's definitely 14 actually, counting it as 7 would make sense. Not bad. That was microtonal, was it? I couldn't even tell. Great transition. That's my favourite so far. I would give that one a flat 8. I wish that was longer, honestly. The counting down from 11 to 1, having each syllable be a beat, was really cool. I feel like it had the same trippiness as the previous track, but brought to like an even higher extent, and actually was very entrancing, and actually had me locked into the song for the entirety of its unfortunately short runtime. And that is the main thing that brings it down, is the runtime, because I feel like had the song been maybe a minute longer, a minute and a half longer, it could be brought up to like maybe even a 9. But the very short runtime does genuinely, I think, damage it a little bit. But still, I think it's a great track and one I would come back to, so it gets a flat 8. Tazetta, or Tazita. Tazita. Yeah. Okay. We're doing like a shuffly 4/4 thing. Well, not shuffly, it's triplet. We're messing with the jazz stuff a little bit more. Seeing some like sort of swingy, triplet feel. It's cool.
Come here, girl. I am true perspective.
This is reminding me of the Beatles.
Come here, boy.
Yeah, I think that was the Hans Zimmer robot. Again, that was another good song, but not one that I would really see myself coming back to. Again, they're doing some more stuff with the jazz rock. They're doing like the triplet feel with the 4/4 thing, which is kind of cool. But I don't know, it just feels like there's something missing with this album that's preventing it from being great. Like, these songs are good, but I don't really feel like I'd have the urge to, like, really come back to any of them, you know? I mean, it's cool that they're tying it in, adding Hand to Yumi in there, but I feel like outside of that, that song doesn't really have that same, like, thing that other King Gizzard tracks off of albums like Nonagon Infinity or Petrodragonic Apocalypse. It doesn't feel like it has that thing that makes me want to come back to each of the songs on those albums. Where Nonagon Infinity has such a strong, such a unique aesthetic that I just love, like, getting lost in every time, or Petrodragonic Apocalypse has some fantastic storytelling and incredible heavy-ass riffs and cool progressive elements that make me want to come back. I'm not finding that thing in this yet that's making me want to, like, return to any of these songs. Cranes, Planes, Migraines. Subtle switch in time signatures there. The killer bass line. Yeah, these fucking shorter tracks, these little, like, instrumental pieces, are my favorites. I don't know, I feel like when the instrumentals are sort of just left to, like, do an interesting little experiment for a minute and a half, I don't know, there's just something about them that clicks with me. That one it also gets a flat 8 for me. Again, I wish that this song, same as D-Day, was sort of brought out a little bit more and extended a little bit more. I feel like that could have made for two really, like, up there King Gizzard tracks for me, but the fact that they're as short as they are really does hurt them a decent bit, but still, they're easily the most interesting on the album for me. The Spider and Me. Yeah, it definitely seems like they're going for like a Beatlesy thing on this album, just with more jazz thrown in the mix.
Let me just introduce you to my friend under the tree, Spider and me. All day we'll sit about, giggling free. Each other's beauty, the huntsman's heart forever. Thanks, it's forever. Wrath on my spider is nothing stranger. No matter mine, love of nature. Spider and me.
That was my favorite so far. That was the most whimsical song up to this point. It was the most uplifting, the most bright, the most colorful, easily the most engaging as well. It just had an absolutely gorgeous aesthetic. I think that the vocal performance on that was super strong, and also the very like odd lyrics about being in love with a spider. I don't know, I feel like it matches the tone of this album pretty well. I'd give that one an 8.3. My favorite so far by a little bit. Yeah, it's interesting and soothing. This album has interesting and soothing stuff in it, but definitely not their best. I agree, yeah. Sketches of Brunswick East 2. No lyrics on this one, so I'm going to assume that it is... Use another instrumental, because there's no lyric card. This came out in, what, 2017 was when they did that thing where they tried to release 5 albums in a year, right? If I am not mistaken. Yeah, it is. They had Banana, Murder of the Universe, Sketches, Polygon, and Gumbo Soup. Okay, so it makes sense that there's some overlap here with it having Hand to Me on one of the songs. My favorite album by him so far, it's actually Laminated Denim. It was Petrodragonic for a while, but Laminated Denim, it's like one near perfect song and one perfect song. So, yeah. It's just 30 minutes of just the smoothest, most tasteful, jammy rock music. I love it. Top 10 songs from him. My number 1 is Dragon. My number 2 is Hypertension. My number 3... What would my number 3 be? My number 3 would probably be The Dripping Tap. Number 4, I would say is... God, I really need to like think through the discography right now. Number 4, Crumbling Castle. My least favorite album of theirs, was it 12 Bar Bruise or was it Eyes Like the Sky? It was probably Eyes Like the Sky, I think. And number 4, Crumbling Castle. Number 5... It's one of the songs on Nonagon, I forget which song it is. Which one is it? Evil Death Roll. Number 5, I'll say Evil Death Roll. Number 6. Number 6 would probably be Am I in Heaven, off of Mind Fuzz. Interesting transition. Hold on, we're gonna yap about that song in a sec. What, was that number 6 I just said, or number 7? I think it was number 7. Then I'd say probably Rattlesnake. Alright, okay, Rattlesnake would be number 7. I'm looking through their albums, I'm trying to find... Oh, Fishing for Fishies, I would say would be number 8. The song Fishing for Fishies has grown on me a bunch. I've been returning to that one a lot recently. That'd be my number 8. Number 9, I hate to just say another song from Petrodragonic. I'd say number 9 would be Supercell. And then, yeah, I'd put Lariska number 10. Lariska I've been returning to a lot. It's not like one of their highest scored songs, but in terms of one I come back to, Lariska is up there. There's like a rough top 10 for you. I hate to put in 2 songs from the same album when they have 26 albums, but like Supercell and Dragon are 2 like literally perfect songs for me. Anyway, Sketches of Brunswick East 2. One of the better songs on the album up to this point, in my opinion. Instrumentally, at least. Yeah, Sketches of Brunswick East 2. I would give this one another flat 8. Actually, no, I think it's like a step above the other instrumental songs because it's a bit longer. It's like an 8.2 for me. It's just a really nice, trippy, sweet, just entrancing instrumental track that I feel like is so easy for me to get lost in. Again, the instrumentals, they have moments where they're really incredible, and they have certain moments where they're good, but I feel like they could be explored a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Next track we have Dusk to Dawn on Ligon Street. You have The River's gonna be in my top 10 after Quarters. Oh, what are my hopes for their newer releases? Just explore more different styles. I'd love to see them go even deeper into prog metal. I'd love to see them maybe do some more exploration of electronic stuff. Maybe delve in more into country and folk music as well. I just want them to keep branching further and further out, you know. But particularly into metal, because the 2 metal albums we've got from them have been great. King Gizzard disco album. Maybe seeing them delve even further into jazz could be nice as well. Also, maybe... I know I'm saying this as a Swans fan. I would love to see King Gizzard try out post-rock, you know? Okay. That was another good song. But again, just not one I'd see myself coming back to. A lot of these songs kind of just feel a little samey. Like that one, it doesn't really feel like it has any particular distinct thing about it, you know? It just sort of feels like a continuation of the sound of the previous songs without really adding anything new. And while it is executed, like, pretty well, it does just sort of leave me with this feeling of, like, what's the point of the song, you know? It's like another... I'd even go as far as to say, like, I'd say high 6, honestly. I'm at the point where, while I'm still enjoying the sound, it is wearing on me a little bit, and I wish that they'd just do something more with it. The book. This was written by Crooked. I can't even read. See this one? This one's like an eater. They're actually trying something different with this one. It is, so again, they're experimenting with some microtonal stuff on this one, like Chico said. The pacing of this song feels like it's taken its time a little bit more. It feels like they're really actually exploring this song a lot more. And I think that seriously really works in its favor. Really interesting tom sounds. From a high 8 to a low 9 for you. I guarantee this is one of Fantano's least favorites on the album. If I click on his review and I watch it, he's gonna say he doesn't mess with this. I can tell this is the exact type of thing that he's just sort of whatever on. That was, like, the best song on the album so far. I'm not gonna say, like, by a super large margin or anything like that, but it's definitely my favorite. I feel like that was the most interesting sonically. I feel like it was the most engaging lyrically. I feel like the pacing of that song, it took its time, it actually explored the sound a lot, and I feel like that really does bring it up a decent bit for me. My biggest problem on the album up to this point is I feel like it's not been doing enough with the jazz rock sound, and that song feels like it is actually doing some interesting shit, including like incorporating microtonality, having this very weird, very static vocal performance, and having the lyrics be just as odd as they are. I think it works. I think it really does work in that song's favor. I give that one an 8.6. Not bad. A Journey to S-Hell, or A Journey to Shell. Like I said before, when they're doing like experiments with the sound and just letting the instrumentals do their thing, I feel like that's where this album really shines. Like that song. It's just a 2-minute loopy type song where they're just sort of taking this one drum beat and then just fucking with the instrumental around it in a bunch of different ways, exploring a bunch of different sonic avenues over the span of a nice little 2-minute track. I do feel like it is maybe a little overstuffed, and maybe it could have been, I don't know, brought to a longer length so that it could have a little more time to breathe, but I still feel like the song itself was solid, and it's one I would find myself coming back to, so this one also gets like a flat 8 for me. This album has like, I'm like on the whole really positive on this album right now. Don't get me wrong, this is a good album, but I know it could be better. Rolling Stone. Okay, so it's 3 bars of 7 followed by a bar of 8. Okay. This is the 4. Rolling Stoned. Another just great instrumental that does a great job of exploring this sound in a genuinely interesting and fulfilling way. Seriously, all of these instrumental tracks just have such a hypnotic, loopy feel that all are engaging in their own unique way. Like, that song I just feel like was able to keep me so, I guess, it kept me like mentally blank throughout. I guess it just felt like a mind-clearing type song, and I think that's genuinely fascinating for an instrumental song like this that's incorporating elements of like jazz and shit like that. It's another flat 8. Again, it's not like the most impressive thing King Gizzard have done, but still, these songs are just fun, you know? All of the songs that are an 8 and above, I think are just really fun and interesting enough explorations of this sound. Final two. You Can Be Your Silhouette.
You make time to clear the cobwebs off your mind. You may find yourself unwind.
This outro is kind of dragging. I don't know, it's still cool, it's still hypnotic as it is, but I don't know. Feels like the song should have like wrapped it up by now. That was a solid track. It started off really strong, but it did sort of start to trail off by the end. But overall, I would say it was a good song. It still kept up the energy of the rest of the album. It did some interesting enough stuff with the instrumentation. It was trippy enough, entrancing enough. But I do feel like that one did sort of start to get stale by the back half, and it just left me feeling kind of by the end. I'd still give it a low 7 because actually no, this one's another high 6 for me actually. It's like a 6.8. 6.9, somewhere in that range, because I feel like even though it is solid on the whole, it trails off like so much by the end. The final track, Sketches of Brunswick East 3. Yeah, it's far from my favorite, but it's good, you know? It's solid. Kind of ended on a boring note. This instrumental is just so whatever, you know? It's kind of a boring closer, I can't lie. Chill, yeah, it was chill. It was fine, but it just felt like, again, a repetition of some of the other shit we've heard on the album and just sort of a rolling credits moment. Flat 6. Still, it's a mixed positive, but, you know, nothing great. Some would be definitely good for relaxing, but not much else. Exactly. This album's good. It's a good album from King Gizzard, but one that I feel like could have been expanded on a lot. You know, I feel like this is one that, had it been given more time, had it been fleshed out a little bit more, it could have ended up being one of their best. There are moments on here where I can really see the vision of what this album's going for, but I feel like it just does this jazz rock style in a very tame way. It feels like just shit standard King Gizzard for the most part. And while standard King Gizzard is something I enjoy, it's not what I wanted out of this album. I was expecting something that was leaning even more into the jazz, even more into the psychedelic hypnotic shit. And while we got that a decent amount on a lot of songs, that in terms of like the hypnotic stuff, I feel like it isn't enough to bring the album up to like that next level for me. Plenty of great songs on here. I would still go positive on this album. It's definitely a thumbs up and one I would recommend. But King Gizzard just have so much better, and they're capable of so much more. Let's figure out the big number. Yeah, it feels like they're holding back. Yeah. Or maybe it's just like time constraints, because they did have to make 5 albums in the span of a year. And well, they didn't have to, but they chose to. And it feels like this is the album that was spent the least time on, if that makes sense. Besides Gumboot Soup, because Gumboot Soup is a collection of leftovers, I think, if I remember correctly. It was rushed. I wouldn't necessarily say it was rushed, but I feel like it could have used more time to be fleshed out more. It's still a good album as it is, but it could have been better with more time, if that makes sense. I wouldn't say it's rushed, but like under different circumstances, it could have been even better. I am feeling a 75 on this album. Underdeveloped, there we go. Yeah, this album just sort of feels like it could have been more than what it was. And that's unfortunate, because I feel like what we got was great in bursts, and it's a good album as a whole, but it should have been more. It really feels like it should have been more. 7.5. It's good, you know? But nothing more than that, unfortunately. For as much as I was expecting it to, that hasn't really changed. I still just see this as a very good but entirely forgettable spot in the band's discography. I still don't really see myself returning to this one all that much, to be honest. There we go, yeah, just under Gumboot Soup. So that seems about right to me. There we go, basically that. How's it going, Mag? This one's Am I in Heaven? Oh, you download stems for every concert in the description. Ah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I saw that he broke his elbow, yeah. That is unfortunate. Damn. You know, my nan called me last week. And she said that she was watching last time when we watched the King Gizzard performance where they were doing one of the songs off of like the electronic album, and they had all like the keyboards set up around each other. Even my nan messed with that performance. My nan was like, "That was great. I'd love to see these guys live." I abstain once more. Is he wearing a football shirt? Yeah, well, exactly. My nan is King Gizzard killed. Song teasers. Alright. We'll see. His drums sound really clicky. Is he hitting rim shots on the toms? Because they have so much like click to it. Man, this shit sounds so good. That live recording is insane. That's hypertension. Yeah. I actually sent hypertension to ARTV the other day. Like the entire song. Which is a bad move. Because I don't have too much money. And that drained a lot. But I'm trying to save up for a PC. Okay, not spending my money wisely. What do you think of it? He loved it. I've been sending him a bunch of King Gizzard stuff, as well as other stuff as well, but like, I've really wanted him in particular to do a King Gizzard deep dive because I'm so interested to see what his thoughts on full albums would be. He's heard Nonagon Infinity, he's heard Fishing for Fishies, he's heard another one of their albums as well. Oh, Rat's Nest, yeah. He's liked all of them. I really want him to listen to Petrogragonic and Laminated Denim. Oh, and I also sent him in I'm in Your Mind, and he said that was his like favorite King Gizzard song that he had heard, so I wanted to listen to Mindfuck as well.
making bits and pieces out of you. And I swear even the sky has changed its blue. The lesson rings again, repeats within my brain. Let's all put our two big heads. Come on, sucker.
Yeah. Damn, he had that mic in his mouth. That's crazy. Is that a tempo change there? That feel felt a lot slower than everything else. Triplet fills are really nice. Oh, they got all the live albums on Spotify. That's pretty cool. Bro is having a think back there. He is literally hitting the...
All the books that filled our brain will be turned into sin. And oh, if we stay, we'll live on the star. It's my the nature made everybody else so.
Not bad. And their live shows just look like hype as fuck, man. Their like stage chemistry is great. The performances are always top notch. The energy is always fantastic. The crowd's going wild. I think that the way they blend songs live is really interesting as well. They're able to make them feel so seamless and fit together in such a perfect way. Yeah, I love their live performances. Okay. Still hopefully planning on seeing them live when they come to the UK. If they come to the UK this tour, which they fucking better. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below and how it compares to other King Gizzard albums for you. Massive thanks again to Chivo for editing this one. Again, he's edited all of the King Gizzard reactions and I, again, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow when the quarters reaction, the final King Gizzard reaction before moving on to only new stuff is released, as well as midnight on the night of Phantom Island's release, UK time, where we will be reacting to the album live for, recording the video. Like and sub if you haven't. We're on our way to 3K, and I will see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye bye.